What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. What's happening? What's up? Got the water. Thank you for clicking on whatever you clicked on to get here. I am so glad to have you be a part of the family. And if you are not, child, like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, it's probably like your third video, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you should go ahead and just hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. Tell a friend you love me, I love you. Make your friends love me too. If you are not following me on social media, you should totally do that. I'm definitely more of an Instagram person. I just get on Twitter to be a tweet watcher or whatever. I don't really be tweeting or whatever. If you really want to connect with me, hit that follow button on Instagram, okay? So today is Halloween. At least today, the day that I'm recording this, is Halloween. So I didn't really do anything costume wise. One day maybe I will. Next year we'll probably get into the spirit of it, but as of right now I ain't do none of that. But I did want to give some fro vibes, you know, some 70s vibes or whatever at my job, because I'm finna go to work and I only got about 8 minutes with y'all right now. So I'm gonna make this quick, or I'm gonna try to make this short, sweet, and cute for you guys, because I also have some food in the oven for lunch, because who ain't spending all my money on food is Heather Lynn Harris. Okay, we balling on a budget. Okay, balling on a budget. Yeah, but thank you again for clicking on whatever you're clicking on, and let's get into this video. In this video, we are going to be talking about standing in your truth, why it is important for you to stand in your truth, and how it holds you back when you don't. Listen, y'all, my fro is way too big. This video is definitely on my heart because it's something that I myself have struggled with. It's something that I've seen a lot of people in my life struggle with, and different people have different, you know, opinions about sharing your testimony, standing in your truth, and all that good stuff. So I was just like having different kinds of conversations with, you know, different people in my life about, you know, standing in your truth. And so I was like, okay, it's enough of this. Let me just go ahead and talk about it. What I want to do first is just give a few reasons why I think that we choose not to stand in our truth. And so number one would definitely be because we are ashamed of our truth. We're ashamed of, you know, maybe what we've done. We really haven't come to terms with and accepted, you know, our testimony and what God has brought us through, and, you know, what we had to do to get where we are today. You know, because some of our truths are not pretty. They're real ugly. Even mine is real ugly, okay? So you feel a little bit ashamed of it. Number two would be that it's too painful to stand in that truth. Like, some people have been through some traumatic, you know, situations, and that's a part of their story. That's a part of their truth, and it brings up triggering emotions and memories that, you know, some people aren't ready to deal with. A third reason would definitely be that some people just refuse to accept it. Like, it's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I never did that. I have no idea what you're talking about. That's not a thing. What Keke Palmer said, I don't know who that man is. I have never seen him before a day in my life. We know that that's our truth, but we refuse to accept it, thinking that if I refuse to accept it or refuse to acknowledge it, that it never happened. No, honey. It happened. You have some people who are running from their past, and that's when they're lying about who they are, and that imposter syndrome and stuff like that. So I definitely think that's a reason. One of the biggest reasons, number four, would definitely be because of the company that we keep. Sometimes people don't share their testimony because they are afraid of how the people who they are sharing their testimony with will use it against them. And in that aspect, honey, we need to change who you're around. We need to change, you know, the company that you keep, because if anybody's trying to use anything against me, then they are not for me. One of the biggest things would also be that it will change others' perceptions of you. It will change how people perceive who you are today, because they're just like, oh, well, sure, you're this person right now, but you used to do that, so I can't mess with you. Like, I can't vibe with you. Like, I can't associate myself with someone who used to do stuff like that. Even though you have been forgiven, you have repented, you've forgiven yourself, done different things to try and, you know, grow from the mistakes that you've made, you feel like people are gonna hold you back to who you were. And there is so much to unpack with that, and we have no time to do that, but I'm gonna try to do it, and might be late in the process of it trying to go to work, and hopefully my food doesn't burn. The first thing that I want to say before we get into any of that is that I am not trying to force anybody to tell their truth, to share their testimony, anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to force you to do something you're not ready to do. What I am trying to do is get you and myself to do the work that is necessary to become comfortable with your testimony, to become comfortable with your truth, so that when the time comes, when you are ready, sharing your truth will be nothing to you. It will be an empowering moment. It will not be a moment where, you know, you'll feel down and you'll be brought back to the past of what you used to be and you'll have all these negative feelings about it. No, you will feel proud that, yes, I got through that. Yes, I've been through that. Yes, I used to do that, but God has brought me on the other side of it. I have been able to grow from it. I am not the person that I was at the time of that. And I'm glad that God took me through that, because now I am who I am because of what I did, because of who I was, and it was all working for my good. So that is what I want you to get from this video, period. That's it. With all of the 5 things that I pointed out, one of the things I really want to talk about is the last 2. In some of the conversations that a lot of conversations I've been having with people, their knee-jerk reaction is like, oh, like, why am I telling on my business? Like, that's nobody's business. That's da-da-da-da-da-da. Let me just say this right now. Telling your truth, standing in your truth, sharing your testimony does not mean you telling everybody detail after detail. Yes, child, the sky was blue and my shirt was red. He had 5 eyebrow follicles. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go into detail about what happened. It could be a clear overview. Yes, I cheated on that person. Yes, he cheated on me. Yes, I was a side chick. Period. You ain't got to go into, yeah, he was messing with us and so and this and that and the third, and I came into the picture, but I didn't know that she was up in the picture and da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go into all that. It can just be clear cut. And I think that people view standing in their truth and sharing their testimony in that way because, 1, because they view their past in a negative light, 1. 2, because they don't trust those who are around them. And at the end of the day, let me tell you something right now. One thing I had to come to terms with, one of the biggest things I had to come to terms with is nobody can use anything against me that I don't allow them to. Nobody can tell me about myself. Nobody can tell me about my truth because I know my truth. Yes, I did that, and what about it? I heard that you used to steal Victoria's Secret from Hillside Village. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I did, and what about it? Yes, I did go to jail, and what about it? Well, I just think that was da-da-da-da. Yeah, I did too, and I have grown from that since then. It's a part of, you know, my past. I'm glad, you know, that I learned from that mistake that I made, and now I'm here, living my best life, growing and learning. I'm telling you, it'll shut them up real quick because you can't use anything against me that I don't give you power to use. And the only time somebody can use your truth against you is when you are not standing in your truth, when you have not accepted your truth, when you have not given your truth and your testimony to God to allow Him to show you the power that is within that. You just holding on to it and stuffing it down inside like that's gonna fix it, you know, like that's gonna make it go away. It doesn't. It's still a part of who you are. But once you get into this place where it's like, okay, God took me through that because why? Like, God, I don't know why you took me through that. I don't know why you took my aunt. I don't know why you took my dad. I don't know why. And then you allow God to show you why He took you through certain storms. You allow God to show you why He took you through certain valleys. Oh, baby, He gonna give you the answer. He will give you the answer so long as you trust Him to know that everything that you've been through is working for your good. I promise you. You just got to be able to do the work. Listen, my testimony is not the prettiest. I know that I look good, ladies and gentlemen. I know that. But my testimony is not cute at all. It is not. And if you knew my testimony, you'd be like, dang, Heather, really? You did that? That's what we was doing, really? And I'd be like, yes, that's what I was doing. Was, past tense. And God has brought me through that. And I have learned so much from that time. And I am such a better person because God took me through that storm. And now I'm able to share this with you, to be able to share this with younger people so that they don't have to do what I did to learn what I have learned. Because at the end of the day, with my testimony, with my truth, I'm not worried about how other people may perceive it, how other people may use it, because I have been able to do my work. Yeah, I think my fish burning. To do my work and come to a place where I have accepted it and I'm at a place of peace because I know it was all working for my good. So that anytime I share it, it's not a big deal to me because I'm not afraid of what people might say. I don't care. I don't care. because God has forgiven me. I have forgiven me, and I'm moving past it. I'm not that person that I was. So nothing that you can say really, I don't care. And I don't care if you know, because it's not gonna harm where I'm going. It's not gonna stop what I'm doing. If you share your testimony with people, if you share your truth with people and it changes how they see you, and you've already come out of that storm, you are a changed person, you've been working towards being better on other stuff, and they try to cut you off, or they try to tell you about yourself and try to judge you because of it, child, bye. You need to get them out of your life, because anybody who is going to be ashamed of where I come from and the growth that I have had, anyone who's going to look down upon my growth, not my past, but my growth and where I am today, and judge me based off of what I used to do besides of who I am now, you, like, if it was that easy, you weren't for me anyway. Anyone who's gonna hold you to who you used to be they are not for you, period. So stop viewing sharing your testimony as something negative. It's not. When you get ready to share it, it's gonna be beautiful. So don't sleep on that. One of the major points that I want to say is that some of the most successful people are where they are today because they shared their testimony, because they stood in their truth. And that may not have been proud of what they did, but they learned a lesson from it, and they are now proud of who they are because they learned from it. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I know I talk about her all the time, but Sarah Jakes Roberts, like, if there's anybody whose business we did not need to know, whose business we should not have known, it was T.D. Jakes' daughter. And let me tell you something, her victory and her testimony that she has led her to be able to preach to millions of women, to be of service to millions of women because of her story, because she had a child at 13, because, you get what I'm saying? Like, God has been able to use her testimony to promote her into where she was supposed to be, into her purpose, because telling your truth and owning your stuff is connected to other people. It's not just for you, honey. So get into it, own it, do your work. Because I'm telling you, once you do that, you're going to see God do amazing things in your life. You're going to see him flip and turn it and da-da-da-da-da. Child. It's like having too much seasoning in your pot, and it looked like that when he's supposed to be in there. That look a hot mess. I ain't even mean to put that in there, but somehow, some way, you stir it up, and the finishing product is delectable. Okay? So own your stuff. Good, bad, ugly, spicy, sassy, whatever. Own it. Mix it up in the pot and allow God to use it. Because, baby, he's waiting on you. He's waiting on us. And so, because your girl has to go, that's what I'm going to leave it on. I love y'all. I really pray that you were able to receive something from this video in some way, shape, or form. I hope that you get the message. I know that it was a little rushed, but I pray that it blesses you, and that, again, I'm not rushing you to tell your truth, but I am trying to get you to do the work so that you can own it, so you can walk into your purpose. I love y'all. Please like, comment, and subscribe, okay? My fish burning, my boudin burning, so I got to go to the workhouse. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all. I'll be praying for y'all. Peace and blessings. Yeah, just like that. Straight like that. In and out. I told you. What I tell you. I'm playing. All right. Love y'all. I really hope that you enjoyed it.